Alright, so this time we're going to be doing something a little different with the deck. As we are opening up 3 of the structure decks, I'm just going to quickly go through the cards that are in it and obviously show you as well as I'm going through it. And then I'll be throwing the decks together to create a best with 3. So yeah, let's just get into it. So this is what you guys have voted for. The Cyber Dragon Revolution structure deck is what won. So that is what we are going with. And I did manage to get 3 of them. Alright, so let's open up one on camera and then I'll combine and test and figure out what the best opening will be for this. So we got one official rulebook, version 8. We of course got our paper playmat deck list with, you know, some upgrades or how to play it and, you know, all that normal stuff. Let's see what the playmat looks like before we open up the cards. Alright, honestly, that doesn't look too bad. We got Nova there, Cyber Dragon, Cyber Twin Dragon, what, Eleton, I think, Core, Proto Drea or something, and one other one. And then blank back. Alright, now let's open up the cards. Alright, full disclosure, I actually do have somewhat of an idea because I've been looking at the list for a while, but I will test to see if that actually works how I'm expecting it. So, cards. 1 Cyber Dragon Nova, 1 Cyber Twin Dragon, 1 Cyber Dragon Core, 1 Cyber Dragon Dre, 2 Cyber Dragons with alternate arts, 2 Cyber Dragon Zwei, 2 Proto Cyber Dragon, 1 Cyber Valley, 2 Cyber Larva, 1 Cyber Phoenix, 1 Cyber Dinosaur, 1 Cyber Eletan, 1 Armored Cybern, 1 Satellite Cannon, 1 Solar Wind Jammer, 1 Jade Knight, so 1 Felshine Beta, 1 Reflect Bounder, 1 The Light Hex Sealed Fusion, 1 Shining Angel, 1 Cyber Repair Plant, 1 Evolution Burst, 1 Super Polymerization, 1 Power Bond, 1 Limiter Removal, 1 Megamorph, 1 DDR Different Dimension Reincarnation, 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Light of Redemption, 1 Machina Armored Unit, 1 Cyber Network, 1 Cybernetic Hidden Technology, 1 Three of a Kind, 1 Trap Stun, 1 Dimensional Prison, 1 Malevolent Catastrophe, 1 Wabaku, and finally 1 Call of the Haunted. Alright, so now I'm going to open up the other 2 structure decks and then combine them, and I'll be back. Afterwards we will be getting into some non-AI related gameplay for once, so woohoo! See you guys soon.
2 weeks later.
Alright everyone, so with episode 1, we are allowed to build a deck out of 3 structure decks of our choice. Obviously, I left this up to all of you, both on YouTube and Twitter, with a list of 4 different options. I think 5 different options actually it started out with, but then we narrowed it down to 4. Anyways, you guys ended up choosing the Cybernetic Revolution, and this is the deck that I came up with to begin our journey against the others and just to improve my own. So, let's get right into it. Rules for episode 1. We do not have a budget to follow. We have to, however, purchase 3 copies of a single structure deck or a single deck from a collection. Sleeves, playmat, and deck box, all optional. We cannot use cards outside of our deck that we chose until the following week. And then the rules for the episodes to follow: basic weekly budget of $5 plus $5 from the very first episode that obviously we did not get to use. We cannot swap more than 5 cards a week. Any leftover money from the budget carries over to the next week. Rarity upgrades are free, so this way we can all bling out the deck as we want. And then we can earn additional money, $4.50 per match win, $2 per duel win. And that can compound, so if you win like a 2 out of 3, and that would be a total of $8.50. Additional money added to weekly budget for following week will also roll over if not spent. So first and foremost, of course, we are running the Cyber Dragon. It's the main monster of the deck and what it relies on the most. If your opponent controls a monster and you control nada, then you are able to special summon this card directly from your hand. And with a 2100 body, pretty awesome. Next, we have 3 Cyber Dragon Cores. It's useful because when it's normal summoned, you could add 1 Cyber card from your deck to hand. It has to be a spell or a trap, and that's the main effect that I've been using so far. There's another one too where you can banish this card from your graveyard as long as your opponent controls a monster and you don't, to special summon a Cyber Dragon from your deck. So I mean, that's pretty cool. Now, I do apologize if I butcher this last word in this card's name. Cyber Dragon Dre. Basically, I use it as a power-up card for all Cyber Dragon cards on the field. That includes itself, Cyber Dragon Core, Proto Cyber Dragon, I believe, are the only cards I'm currently running that help, and of course Cyber Dragon. Probably also Nova and Twin Burst technically. But speaking of Proto Cyber Dragon, we are running 3 of those as well. While on the field, Proto Cyber Dragon's name becomes Cyber Dragon. Simple as that. And that's useful in summoning some of the extra deck monsters. Currently only down to either Cyber Dragon Nova with a special effect to get it up to level 5, or Cyber Twin Dragon with either polymerization, power bond, stuff like that. So then we got 2 Cyber L Tannins. Now this card may seem stupid because it forces you to banish all your light machine monsters from the field and your graveyard in order to special summon it. However, it gains 500 attack for each one of them, as well as destroys all other monsters on the field once it gets summoned. So as long as your opponent can't negate it, you get to destroy all their lovely monsters, including ones that normally you probably couldn't get over. So, you know, that's pretty awesome. Then we have 3 Cyber Phoenixes. This one can bite you in the butt sometimes. However, more often than not, it is nice to, one, get a free draw once it gets destroyed by battle, as well as if it's in attack position, it can negate any spell or trap that targets one machine monster. It has to target only one though. It can't target multiple in one hit because then it doesn't work. So, and then to bypass the need of needing polymerization or power bond, we do have the light hex sealed fusion, which we are also running at 3. You can use it to substitute one fusion material monster. For example, for Cyber Twin Dragon, it can count as one of the Cyber Dragons, but the other material would have to be correct, so you do have to have at least another card that is called Cyber Dragon, whether that's actually Cyber Dragon or one of the other ones that take its name when on the field. Also, then you can tribute this card, the Light Hex Sealed Fusion, to special summon one fusion monster from your extra deck. Again, that allows us to bypass the need of polymerization and power bond, etc., which is a fantastic thing and has actually won me quite a few duels testing this deck out. Then for the last monster, we have 3 Solar Windjammers. Now, the likelihood of you actually having more than one in your hand in the starting hand has not been that high when I'm testing this out. However, if it ever does pop up, you special summon that first, because you do have the option to do so, although its attack and defense get halved. You can then use the one you special summon to normal summon the other Solar Windjammer, which then will be at a full 2400 defense, which, while not great in today's meta, it is good for what we are doing with the other players. So it's still a great card to have. Then for the spells, we start out with 3 Cyber Repair Plants, a different amount of effects that you can choose depending on how many Cyber Dragons you have in the graveyard. If you have 1, you can only choose one of the effects, or if you have 3 or more in the graveyard, then you can use both of the effects. One of them was that you add 1 light machine monster from your deck to your hand, and the other was you can target 1 light machine monster in your graveyard to shuffle into the deck. So if you have 3, you can do both effects. If you only have 1, you have to choose which effect to use. So next we have 3 Evolution Bursts. If you control a Cyber Dragon, you get to target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy that target. Cyber Dragon cannot attack the turn you activate this card. We've currently been playing mostly that it's that 1 Cyber Dragon. However, I do believe though it is that you cannot use any card called Cyber Dragon if you use this card's effect. However, you can use more than one of them per turn. So, you know, I mean, it's a trade-off if you have all 3. Next, we are running 3 Power Bonds. You get a fusion summon 1 machine type fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from either your hand or your field as the material. However, at the end of the turn, you will take damage equal to its original attack. On the plus side of that though, its attack is also permanently doubled as long as it remains alive. So again, for Cyber Twin Dragon, its original attack is 2800, so its power bonded attack becomes 5600. And that's quite a lot of damage, especially when we couple it with the next magic card that we are running. And that card is Limiter Removal. It doubles the attack of all machine type monsters on the field for this 1 turn, because at the end of the turn, all machine monsters will be destroyed. If you're going to use it, make sure you can wipe out your opponent with a single round of attacks. Okay, so again, with Power Bond, the Cyber Twin Dragon goes up to 5600. With 1 Limiter Removal, it goes up to 11,200? We'll say 11,200 because 56, yeah, that would equal out to 11,200 attack. Then if you use another one, that attack is then again doubled because it's not once per turn. That would then be 22,400. With the third one, that hits, you know, over 44,000. And with Cyber Twin Dragon, you do get to attack twice. Then for the last magic card we are playing in the deck, 3 Mystical Space Typhoons. Obviously, it's just to help destroy back row when needed, or if I want to do a full out attack and am worried about something in the back. I mean, we all know what it does. No. Plus, it's a quick play spell. And then the last actual card in the deck, the only trap we are currently playing, 2 Wabako. You just take no battle damage and none of your monsters are destroyed this turn. It's been very helpful, actually, especially against my nephew's Crystal Beast deck that he's been running and actually getting the Fusion Monster out quite recently. That is the entirety of the main deck, and now for the extra deck, we are running only 2 monsters, which is a little sad, but also pretty good. Currently, we are running 3 Cyber Dragon Novas. It's a decent monster. It can help you summon out other monsters if using the material that it has, so not horrible. Not the best one, so I mean, eventually we will cut this down once we can actually get more extra deck monsters, but at least always gonna have 1. For sure minimum. And then the MVP of the deck outside of Cyber Dragon, 3 Cyber Twin Dragons. I do plan on cutting this down eventually too, either to 2 or 1. Probably keep it at 2 actually, because it is easier to get out than some of the others that I plan on adding in. It gets 2 attacks. That's all its bonus effect is, but 2 attacks is, you know, even at base value is 5,600 total. Obviously, if you can get over or just get to do a direct attack. I do have a quick side deck, however, not super ecstatic about one of the cards in there, but there wasn't really much else I wanted to add in. So, I mean, I'll show the channel members that on a separate video. Until then, hope you guys enjoy the duels, and I'll try to do a commentary actually over it. I'm still not used to doing that at all. So if it's just music, I do apologize. But if it's commentary, I hope you enjoy it and let me know what I could have improved. All right, guys. See you next time.
4 to 6 days later.
All right, everyone. So we're going to be trying to do a slight commentary on these duels. The first 2 matches will be against AI. The first one, as you can see, against my Appliancer deck. Alright, let's go. Pretty standard, you know, they do all their shenanigans that they're allowed to do. And then I'll summon out, I believe, Cyber Dragon first. Yep. Alright, and then get my Twin Dragon. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't attack Appliancer socket roll. I think it was only protected once, so that was my bad. Misplay. They continue going off. I completely also forgot this deck had Boral Swords, so that makes this one fun. Fun. Luckily I had Wampaku for this turn, but then I misplay again. Yeah. Shoot. Luckily for me, they threw in Unicorn. I mean, yes, it'll still destroy my twin, but now it's not as dangerous as the Boral Sword would have been. So I'll just crash. In my mind, 100% worth it. Yeah, they'll get their fancy electrical world. There we go. Called by the Grave really doesn't do anything to me, I think, this duel, so we should be fine there. I was more afraid of whatever they had down because I did not obviously know it was Called by the Grave. Link Karibo, while tiny, does become an annoyance in most of these duels. And no, I didn't mess up. I did not mess up this time. Alright, cool. I mess up in a later duel, doing stuff there, so. Alright, so I won that one. Match 2. I mean, duel 2, my bad, not match. Where's it match duel? I don't know. Terminology, I should learn that. Do you think I would have known that by now? I consider, and now I think this is wrong, but I believe matches are the set of duels. Duels are each round. But now I'm starting to think of it, maybe the duel is the match and rounds are just rounds. So let me know in the comments below as to what they are so I don't have to look them up myself. Alright, yeah, so, you know, Kaiju action happened. I got the short end of the stick, of course, because of course you don't want to give your opponent the stronger one. So the AI is not actually horrible. Made its own misplays last turn. Not last turn, but last round. As you can tell, this is also why I don't do commentary over my own duels. Woo! Godarla ends up becoming an MVP for a while. I don't remember how long this one is. I think this goes on for quite a few turns. Just because, you know, Link Karibo all the time. Godarla does hit for a good amount, but it still takes a few hits, so. Now with Cyber Phoenix on the field, I would not be able to use certain cards. But luckily that doesn't come up, so I'm happy. As you can see, Power Bond's starting to clog my hand. So I might end up cutting that in one of the future episodes. Evolution Burst still good, but again, I have no Cyber Dragon on the field, so sort of a bummer. Machine Duplication. That is a good card to have. Especially in a machine deck, like Cyber Dragon. Alright, so we won that one as well. Only took 100 damage, so, you know, hey, happens. Alright, so this one I had the AI load up with my latest version of the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck I had posted. If you want to see that build, feel free to look in my video section, or I will include a link in the description below for that particular deck, as well as maybe throw an annotation somewhere. But anyways, let's watch how this goes. This one's actually, I think, more fun for me. Especially this particular round. Again, Link Karibo, because why not? Every deck has it, apparently. I always forget I put it in decks, to be honest. Oh, they had Sword Soul and never used it. See, see, this is the time where I wish I would have had a Cyber Dragon, so bit of a bummer, but I was still able to pop that off. Doesn't help because you know, Jet Dragon, but it helped for the half a second it was out. At least we'll get rid of Jet Dragon this turn. Alright, yeah, what you got coming? Ah, yeah, True Light. Bring back, I think, a spell, right? Yep. And luckily for me, I also get to bring out a Fusion Sir. And because of that, I mopped it first round. However, spoiler, that's not how the rest are gonna go. Yeah, Dictator of D and the Bane Tyrant Dragon. Shen's not that hard to get over, but I really hate Tyrant Dragon going against it, to be honest. Using it, heckin' fun, heck yeah, but oof. So Nova, you know, clears the field, or at least attempted to. My bad. Didn't actually get to clear it because it's stupid Link Karibo. And this is where it all goes to crap. And just like that, we lost over 5,000 life. Oof. Solar Jammer ain't gonna do anything, neither's my other card. So, this one's all but gone. Boink. As you can see, my hand is absolute trash, so that did not help. Did not help in this round. But as this also helps to showcase, at least my Blue Eyes deck is pretty consistent. I will have this be the AI battle next episode, because I'm going to beat it. I will beat it at some point. Can't use Appliancers again, because obviously I just wiped the floor with it, so that wouldn't be a challenge at all. Yep. Thanks, Jet Dragon. I forgot about its effect, so again, my bad. Huge misplay. But honestly, there wasn't a whole lot I could have done this game anyways. Alright, so for the final, I am playing my brother. He decided he had some time today and loaded up with his structured dino deck. He makes a few misplays later, but honestly, I'm not sure. We'll see what his hands are. I didn't get to see what his hands were the last time, so obviously. These ones go for quite a while. I think like 15 plus turns each, so... But Dinosmasher X, honestly not a bad option. Cyber Dragon, helpful because of the 100 extra bonus attack over, but this will allow me to get Nova out again. Didn't have to do Nova, but I didn't know what the FaceTime card... I still don't know what it is because I wasn't paying attention. That's my bad. Could I have gotten over that without going in? No, I guess I could have. Yep, Chewbone. Yep, forgot. Yes, Chewbone, thank you for all of that. Honestly, not a bad thing, considering I can actually use them for tribute fodder, which will come up soon. I don't remember how soon. I think I let them sit there for a couple turns, maybe? Nope. Oh yeah, I misplayed. I put a normal summon instead of set on that one. So, yay. Misclicks, always fun. And because of that, obviously, Sabersaurus there can just run them over. Yep, Quaking Mirror Force. That deck has, I believe, 3 of them in there. But because of that, he did throw a bunch of light machines into the graveyard for me, so helpful. Yeah, it wasn't this game that he misplayed with that. He misplays with it next game, the fossil excavation or whatever. Yeah. I'll mention more of that when that comes up again. He was good to do that, because obviously I had more cards controlled at that point before he killed it, so... Wabaco's gonna come out. Lovely, lovely card this turn. So thank you, Wabaco. A lot of people forget it exists. Alright, let's get Cyber Twin. And just do the damage. Boom. I was still worried that maybe there was a... Oh, I'm surprised he didn't use... Why didn't he do that? Because I did special summon. He got negated. Anyways, last round... Oh, look, I don't have to solve this turn. But yeah, had he played that, I think he might have been able to push for the win. Yeah, my hand stretched. Look at... Ooh, look! I had a full house there. Heck yeah! Which I'm glad I got rid of the first Quaking Mirror Force. Yeah, look, Chewbone's back. Woo! So coming up, he plans to use Fossil Excavation to bring back Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, which I believe he either pitches from his hand or it goes straight from his deck to the graveyard. Obviously, he found out he can't do that without special summoning it first from the hand, as then it makes it live, as in for like a Monster Reborn type of effect. Which I think... Oh no, he only had the one down there so far. Alright. No, now he has 2. So he could have just flat out special summoned Ultimate Conductor from his hand at this point too, by banishing the 2 dinos in his graveyard. Oh, he had another one in his hand? Dang, dude. Yeah, had he not misplayed these, he would have, I believe, just ran me over. Holy crap. Didn't realize his hand was what it was. I wonder if I can get him to play again next week and maybe modify his deck with the same rules that I'm using. If so, I really want to see how strong his dinos can get. Because with a few tweaks and a few different plays, it'll be a scary deck to go against, and I like that. Cyber Twin obviously just helps clean the field and then wipe his life. I didn't have to do that with the limited removal at the end. I already had the 2800, and all he had was 2100 left. But I was like, you know what, last turn, if he has something, he has something. If not, ooh. Which obviously he didn't, but I didn't know if he had like something he could have had in hand. I forgot what his deck had. But yeah, so we won the first two in the match. The first lost two, so did not win that match, and then won these two and won the match. So we'll have quite the extra amount of income for next week. Full disclosure, I already have week 2 built, so I'm not using anything off this week's winnings, so all that's just going to move straight into week 3, which is nice. Week 2, if I remember it, I think I pulled one of them, and moved this down here, like so. I probably should have just taken out the, to be honest, and moved all 3 of those into it, but for now, that's what that is. I won't show you what I added in because I want that to be a surprise, but here's currently what it is, minus the 3 here and the 2 additional not XZs, but extra deck monsters. To be fair, one is an XZ's monster, so you should be able to figure which one that is out. And yeah, so we'll see you next week. I'll be using another duel I'm having Monday for the player duel, so if there's anything you guys think I should add or change or modify to the stream, let me know. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And if you stuck around this long, you're even more amazing. Alright guys, peace.